Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Pratima, and the very important topic that I will be covering today is things that you need to keep in mind before going for an interview. So basically it's just not going to be just for aviation interview. It is something which is the point of view of other industries also. And I have given many interviews in my life, to be very honest, many interviews. I have never done those things, but I have seen people doing all those. Before going for an interview, the very first thing that used to came in my mind was, what am I going to? I also have done some mistakes when it comes to my attire for interview. I used to wear any normal shirt along with the I used to wear black pencil skirt, because according to me that's what looks nice on me. But no, I mean, you can wear anything whatever you want, but it should suits your this is something which I have seen people doing it. They wear their institute's uniform for their interview. I mean, if I talk about aviation, there are many institutes which is providing you such facilities that which can help you towards your goal. But I will also make a video on all those things, whether it is required to go for an institute or not. So yeah, just back to the topic. Yeah, so I have seen people wearing their institute uniforms: red skirts, white shirts with triple buttons, blue skirts, white shirt with triple buttons, light blue shirts with triple buttons. It's clearly visible that you're wearing someone's institute's uniform. It's clearly visible, because some of the institutes are really famous these days that everybody knows that where are you from coming. So avoid that, especially the red skirts, because it doesn't look nice. You're going for an interview for a company and you're wearing someone else institute's uniform. It's always good wear your own trousers, like your official trousers if you have your formal trousers, your shirts, your skirts, but avoid using your institute's uniform. It's just not required and it doesn't look nice also, because I have seen a interviewer, she was literally asked a lady, okay, what are you wearing? Because it was clearly visible that even the scarf that she was wearing, that was from her institute. About boys, it's not important that every time you go for an interview and you have to wear a tie. You only have to wear a tie when you are in your full attire along with the coat. Otherwise it's not required. You can also go with the okay. Let's move on to the makeup now. So makeup is something that will change your personality like 0 to 100, I would say. It just you should know how you will do it. It's basic makeup will always go with your interviews. You do not have to go for bold or dramatic makeup always. If just in case if you're wearing a red lipstick, right, like the way I am right now, you do not have to do the entire eye makeup. A bit of thin liner is enough. It's more than enough. And mascara also. It's not important to go for eyeshadow when you're wearing a red lipstick. And if you are going for nude lips, I would request you to do a bit of eye makeup and then go for an interview. Because guys, trust me or not, but looking presentable is a plus point for your interview. I mean, if you look presentable, and of course your communication skills matters the most, but for interviews you have to look presentable. It's very important. For the aviation, of course, makeup is one of the important aspect that everybody will consider. But even for a normal interview, I have given so many interviews in my life, not just aviation, for hotels, for every of the industry, I would say. I always used to do makeup. I always used to look presentable, because you never know, like there are people whose communication skills are very excellent, but they are not looking presentable. I mean, looking presentable is a add up to your personality. I think that's something which is really important. You have to have in mind that okay, communication skills comes first, always comes first. But before that, even if I'm looking at a person, right, let's just for example, I'm looking towards a person and he or she is not looking presentable. We all are human being, we judge at the first time, not judge at that judgmental aspect I'm saying. By looking at the person you realize some of the things about the person, right? So even like think as an interviewer point of view, if comes your documentation, guys, I mean, this is something which I used to get confused a lot because जब मैं interview देने जाती थी, it was on every company's side that these are the documents that you have to carry on first day of your interview. But trust me, guys, all those documents are not required at first day at all. क्योंकि उसमें आपका 10th का मार्कशीट, 12th का मार्कशीट, पुराने कंपनी, इफ़ यू हैव एनी वर्क एक्सपीरियंस, उनके डॉक्यूमेंट्स. I used to carry this much of file with me all the time whenever I used to go for an interview, and that is not required at all. The only thing required at the first day of the interview is your CV, your resume, that is it. उसके अलावा even if you are selected, they are not going to ask you on the same date to carry all the documents because नहीं ज़रूरत होती है उनको. वो बस आपका CV देख के they just conduct your interview, they'll ask you a few questions, blah blah blah, and the entire the pattern of the interview will goes on. But if you are selected, there will be a day जहाँ पे आपका documentation होगा. So do not put paper burden on yourself on first day of the interview. It's just not required at all. आप अपना CV ले जाओ. Just in case if you want to keep your IDs, your 10th 12th mark sheet, just click a picture in your phone, get the certificate in your phone, and that is more than enough. Because just in case अगर कुछ उनको चाहिए भी for a reference, so आप उनको दिखा सकते हो. It's just not required. I mean, I'm wondering nobody ever tells me about all those things before, because as I'm mentioning again and again, I have given so many interviews and I have realized the same thing in every of the interview, but I still used to carry because nobody ever told me about this. So yeah,